Hello YouTube, welcome to my new video, and this is my league starter for the Legacy of Phrecia Event. And if you've seen the last video, I initially wanted to go with Behemoth, Facebreaker, Infernal Blow, but I basically made a last minute decision in the character selection that I want to have some fun with shrines. So I decided that I'm gonna league start with Wonder, Elemental Hit of the Spectrum, Daughter of Oshabi. So without further ado, let's get into the map showcase. I've got this graveyard tier 5, just blue map prepared to showcase the map and showcase the build, and then I'm gonna get into the build itself. So, as I've said, this is a tier 5 map, just a simple basic tier 5 map. I'm probably gonna just rush to the boss and show you how the build performs, and my FPS for some reason in this event performs quite poorly sometimes. Yeah, but the build is quite surprisingly good at the moment. Like, white maps are just fine, and there's the boss. Alright, then let's do the boss right now, I guess. Even the ritual. And for the bosses, I'm just swapping Chain for Barrage. But maybe I shouldn't do that on this particular boss fight, because there's a lot of monsters. Yeah, but as you can see, the damage is not half bad. I know it's just a plain magic tier 5 map, so it's nothing really difficult. And yeah, the build's fine. I've got some currency to make some upgrades, but the upgrades like the taming rings or the... Jesus, this chaos damage rain of arrows dude is quite dangerous. Yeah, but the upgrades I want to make, for example, I want to get the taming rings and the what is it, the Gull helmet, to get most of the shrines, to buff up the shrine effect. And then I'm gonna get my third ascendancy, the shrines on kill, and right after that, for my fourth ascendancy, I'm gonna get the shrine buff every 10 seconds. Yeah, so as you can see, with the chain, it clears just fine, and yeah, with more upgrades, it's gonna be even better. Once I actually get to one-shot white mobs and then magic mobs, yeah, all of this is just a matter of currency, right? So, yeah, this was a little map showcase, and I want to keep this short, so I'm gonna get to my hideout and finish the map later. So, the build. As I've said, it's a Wonder, Daughter of Oshabi, Exiled Red Wonder, and I'll start off probably with the items. So, it's a Wonder, and I didn't level up as a Wonder. I was leveling with a bow, and I was using Lightning Arrow for clearing, and what was it, Burning Arrow with Barrage for single target. And I played like that up until almost the end of, basically to the end of Act 8, and then I did my second ascendancy and switched to Wonders, bought my Piscators for 3 Chaos, and then I started Wanding, and it's gone well from that point. So, yeah, bought a Piscators for 3 Chaos, and the rest of the gear is just scuffed. Bought Shadows and Dust just for the Rampage, and crit chance crit multi for 1 Chaos. Bought these boots for 1 Chaos, crafted the movement speed. What else did I buy? Yeah, the Prism Weave for 2 Chaos, and that's basically all I bought. The rest of the gear is just from leveling, so Piscators, helmet, whatever, body armor that I did get during leveling, ring, another ring, amulet, shield, the boots, the Prism Weave, and the Shadows and Dust. And yeah, and also I bought Rotgut, because I'm quite in love with this flask. I use it on almost every attack build, and I think it's a bit underrated. and I bought it for 1 chaos with this good roll. So yeah, this in my opinion is a good flask, is a good Quicksilver flask, and you get the basically the increased duration affix, so it lasts longer. Great, gives you onslaught, and if you, well, gives you onslaught if you find a way to get frenzy charges into the build, and I'm currently doing that by having a blood rage. So currently the onslaught is just for mapping. Yeah, the other flasks, anything I just found laying on the ground during leveling. And yeah, that's basically the gear. And the links are for my elemental hit of the yeah, and also I bought elemental hit of the spectrum. I did a bit of lab farming because after my first labyrinth I was just fast as fuck boy, so I decided to, for the first time ever for me, I decided to try and farm a bit of first lab. And yeah, I didn't drop anything expensive, just so you know. And the links are elemental hit of the spectrum, LD damage with attacks, chain, swapping chain with barrage for a single target, and sacred wisps. And once I get a 5 link, I'm gonna definitely link Trinity, and then probably inspiration. So the other links are summon skitterbots with unbound ailments to make the shock more effective from the skitterbots. And apparently I've just ran out of gold. Doesn't matter. And Sniper's Mark, Dash, Grace, and Blood Rage. And that's all the gens I'm using because of my Ascendancy. And I'm gonna get into that right now. My Ascendancy. First I took Oath of the Magi to get the 30% movement speed and 60% all LERS, so it's basically like wearing 2 gold rims, but without actually wearing 2 gold rims. So that's the reason why I'm not using any sockets in my gear, anything socketed in my gear, in my gloves, helmet and boots, because I'm getting 60% all res, 30% maximum life, and 30% movement speed. So that's the reason why I'm so fast and why my gearing was just so easy, because I didn't have to worry about any basically resists, because yeah, I'm getting 60 all LERS, right? So the gearing is really easy and goes well with the League started theme, right? Yeah, so this is the Oath of the Magi and the reason why I'm not having any sockets. And the other was the second labyrinth was Illuminating Wisps, and that's basically when I switched to wands, because I wanted to get +2 wisps, and the wisps are basically like something similar to Mirage Archers. They basically attack when you attack, and it's not guaranteed, they have a chance and they deal less damage, yeah, so on and so on. You can read the gem, but basically more projectiles, more damage, right? So yeah, this is the Ascendancy, and this is the current skill tree. I'm not gonna go too much details. I'm gonna include the Path of Building link in the description with the current version. And yeah, basically the most important thing you need to know is I went for point blank because yeah, with barrage, since the arrows spread, there's not really a point where I would stand really far away from the enemy, because I wouldn't hit every arrow from the barrage or every elemental hit. So I went with point blank, and I'm basically attacking with barrage in melee range. And yeah, there's not much to talk about, just some life, some evasion life, and yeah, crit, and probably the most important things in terms of note are multi-shot and the wand mastery for wand attacks, fire, and additional projectiles. That's why I get 3 projectiles, and for now it's enough for me to comfortably clear the maps. Yeah, and perhaps also the Cleaver Thief for the attack damage, leeches life, and mana. Quite necessary to fix your mana issues. Yeah, so that's the skill tree. As I said, I'm gonna include it in the description, and so far, so good. it's going well. And also I wanted to take a look at the free microtransactions set, just in case you guys want to see that. I'm currently level 80, so I can show you the microtransaction. Alright, let's take a look at it. Body armor, Autumn Night, and the helmet, Autumn Night. Oh yes, this is looking sharp. I bet this looks insanely good in PoE 2. Yeah, I'm in love with this, with the set. Yeah, and also the reward for watching anyone streaming PoE on Twitch. Oh, goes quite well together, I would say. But I wonder what's gonna happen when I put on the Ooze character effect. Oh yes, this is looking good. Yeah, and if you're wondering, the Ooze character effect basically makes your character black like this, whatever you're wearing. Just in case, I'm gonna remove all my items and show you how it looks without any microtransactions. Whoops. Yeah, so now I'm like this, and now I'm black. All blacked out. Yeah. And this is one of my favorites character effect, because there are a few character effects that make the whole character basically change the color, and you can basically combo it with some great armors, or especially cloaks and wings, because let's take a look, for example, for the free ones that you get from PoE 2 or whatever. Look at it. It's like pinkish red, and when I put on the Ooze character effect, black like this. Cool, right? And the other character effect I've got that does the same thing but different color is the Mercurial. Changes you to silverish. And this also looks quite nice with some body armors or some wings. For example, I think Oblivion wings look great. Yeah, as you can see, even on the like ethereal wings gives you this like shadowy, smoky thing, and the black character effect changes it also. So this is the build for now, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying Legacy of Phrecia. See you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video. Bye bye, Exiles.